Brothers and sisters, God's ways aren't always clear. In the readings today, we hear some things that sometimes may not seem like God is compassionate or merciful. Why would he allow Abraham to send out Hagar and Ishmael? Why would he allow the swine to be drowned when it's the livelihood of the people? And yet the Lord reminds us again and again that we are called to trust in his providence above all things. Certain things, certain trials, certain circumstances do come up, but God has promised to be with us every single day. Jesus said, "I am with you always, even until the end of the age." And so, even in the midst of apparent setbacks, even in the midst of apparent trials, the Lord invites us to keep our eyes fixed on him. It says in the Psalms of David, "I keep the Lord ever before me." That is, I keep looking at God. And this helps us as we look at God, as we remember God's blessings, to place our trust and our hope in God's future blessings. This is why for us as Christians, one of our fundamental attitudes is for us to remember. The Greek word for this is anamnesis, and it's also the name for one of the parts of the Eucharistic prayer, where literally we as the church remember what God has done for us. And we remind God what he has done. Not that he needs reminding. But in the Old Testament and Hebrew understanding of things, when God remembers, he makes that blessing present again. So the same is true for us. Even in the spiritual life, St. Ignatius of Loyola recommends that people go back to certain times, certain consolations that they have received, to draw strength from them again, to remember them. Because when we remember God's blessings, we remember our identity as beloved sons and daughters, that God hears us in our poverty just as he heard Ishmael, that God hears the cry of the poor as we heard in today's psalm. And as Jesus said, "Blessed are the poor in spirit," that is, those who recognize their need, their dependence upon God, because he will indeed deliver us from all evil and bring us to the fullness of his blessings. Amen.